What's up people, Wesley the personal trainer here. Today I'm gonna give you 5 hamstrings and glute exercises that you need to do to make sure your butt and your hamstrings are getting a little bigger. Let's go. Number 1 is the hip thrust. The hip thrust is really good to get that hamstrings and that glutes involved. We're gonna be on feet shoulder width. We're gonna make sure that everything is aligned from the shoulders to the ankles. Everything is gonna be in one line. The pad is gonna be on the hips. And from there we're gonna start moving. The movement is gonna be that we're gonna have the hips up to the ceiling and we're gonna make sure that our core is tight. So we're not gonna be like in an overstretched position, because if you're gonna be in an overstretched position, also you got a hollow back and your lower back is gonna kill you at some point. And we really don't wanna have that. We wanna have that focus on the hamstrings and on the glutes. So from here we're gonna start moving. Make sure you're gonna have a support when you're doing it on a machine, of course. Have your back, of course, very good stabilized, and then from there engage your core, and then here we're gonna go up. Make sure your hamstrings and your glutes are activated, and then from here you're gonna go down. Make sure your whole body goes down, and then from here we're gonna go up again. Really squeeze that glutes when you're on the top, and then from here again down. It's a very simple movement, but man, it feels very good. Go up if you want to get more muscles in that 8 to 12 rep range. And then we're gonna go and get those glutes involved with that hip thrust. Make sure you're gonna do it every time you're gonna do a glute exercise. When you're gonna have a glute day, let's say glute leg day. And because you can also really good overload it. I really like to do it in the machine, because with the barbell, for me it's too much, I don't know, too much hassle with the weights and the plates getting it on. But for me, machine is fine. Very good to overload. And then let's go to the second one. Number 2 is the walking lunges. Walking lunges are one of my favorite exercises because every time I do them, I really feel my glutes. And I'm gonna show you how I do them. When we start our walking lunges, it's important to make big steps. It's like that, just like this, because we want to make sure our knee is above the ankle and we have space to move. So when we have the knee above the ankle and we're gonna go down, we just slightly touch with the right leg the floor, and then we're gonna go back up again and we're gonna go forward. When we are here, it's really important that we're gonna have a big stretch on that glute muscle, right? So we have the knee above the ankle, because then we can make sure that this glute is on stretch position. If you're gonna have your knee to the front, it's gonna be more emphasizing the quads, and we don't want that. We really want to focus on that glute muscle. So whenever we're gonna do walking lunges, this is what we need to do. So from here, touch slightly the knee on the floor. You're gonna go step up again, just to get your balance, and then you're gonna move on. Or you're gonna walk here, and we're gonna just go straight into the other one. Also, what's really important, when you make steps in walking lunges, make sure you're gonna have a good width between your feet. What I see a lot of people do is they start walking and they walk like this. They have a really small distance between their feet. So what's gonna do, they need to balance really hard. Whenever you're gonna start walking and you have a bigger distance, I'm stable. So I don't need to make that corrections for the balance. So that's really important. Get those wide steps in. And again, what I wanna emphasize, big steps. You see? I'm not here, because if I'm here and I need to go down, I feel like I'm going in, but we always want to move out. So here we are, you know? Get the chest a little bit forward, so we're getting a little bit more stretch on that glute, and from there, we're gonna start walking. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 is the stiff leg deadlift. This one is also very good for those hamstrings and to get also a little bit of that big stretch, because it's crazy. I'm gonna show you how to do it. So from here, we're gonna start in shoulder width, and I'm gonna show you from the side, it's easier. So this is gonna be shoulder width, so you make sure your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your shoulders are in one line. So from here, we're gonna start. Look ourselves in the mirror if you have one, and then from here, we're gonna first grab the dumbbells. Then the dumbbells will be on your legs all the time, yes? It's really important, because we don't want to have the weight moving forward, because if you see my back exercise video, you will get lower back issues at some point because we're gonna bend over a little bit. So from here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make sure the hips are gonna move back and up to the ceiling. That's really important because we want to have a big stretch on those hamstrings. I can already feel it here that it starts to move. My knees are locked, they're stiff. That's why it's called a stiff leg deadlift. Stiff means we have really small bend in the legs, so not completely stiff, just like slightly bent. And then from here, we're gonna roll the dumbbells over the floor until you feel like a really big stretch. Make sure the hips go back, that's really important. And from here, you can see already, I try to move my tippy toes off the floor, but we need to stay stable, that's really important. And from here, we're gonna have our chest up, we're gonna have a good straight back, and from here, we're gonna go back up again, all the way to the standing position. Yes? So again, we're gonna move slow. We don't need to be fast because otherwise the tension will not be as good as it should be. So from here, hips back, try to push it up to the ceiling. Here I feel already a big stretch, go halfway to the shin bone. Then from here, we're gonna go back up again. If you wanna make it a little bit more hard, make sure that your range of motion is getting a little bit less. So from here, we're gonna go down. So we're gonna push the hips back and up. And then from here, I feel a big stretch. Then we're gonna go up, and from here, we're gonna start already going back. So the tension is still there. And here, I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna go down. This is giving a ton of stretch on that hamstrings, which is very good for muscle growth. So make sure you're gonna do this up and down, and make sure your chest is always open when you do it, because we want to have an open position, not like an in position. That was number 3. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is the abductor machine. This is a really basic one to have in your leg / glute hamstring routine. This is more focused on the glutes because you're making an abduction movement, which is really targeting that glute. So let's go. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do it. Make sure that whenever you need to start, your pads are on the inside. That's really important. Then I need to do it myself. So from here, we're gonna move from the inside and we're gonna push our knees to the outside. What's really important, that we're gonna have our hips all the way back into the machine, and then we're gonna lean over a little bit to get that extra stretch going. So from here, we're gonna close it, and then we're gonna go back open again. It's a really easy movement, so it's really hard to, let's say, mess it up. But from here, make sure you're gonna go here. A lot of people, what I'm also see doing in this abduction machine, is they're gonna go start me up a little bit. So they target a little bit different side of the glute. But from here, you're gonna go open and close. To be honest, I really like to sit down because it's just, for me, it's just easier just to sit, and I can feel it already like big time. I'm gonna give you some tips to get it a little bit more challenging or to make it a little bit harder. So what you're gonna do first, you're gonna make 12 repetitions, and then 12, you need to be having 0 to max 2 reps in reserve. So you're gonna be very, very exhausted. When you do that, you're gonna wait in your closed position for 5 seconds. Yes? Then you're gonna make 5 repetitions. When you did those 5 repetitions, you're gonna start doing the 5 seconds, rest again. Then you're gonna go into the second set with 5 repetitions. You continue this until you hit 5. I'm calling this the 5-5-5. Just to give a little bit of that extra tension whenever you're gonna close the set. You can do it for 2 sets because it's really, really hard. So can you imagine, after 12 here, you're already exhausted, then you wait, you do 5 repetitions. You can make sure you're gonna do it a little bit quicker. I mean, a good tempo is fine. Don't go too slow because you're gonna have already a big burn in that glute. Do 5-5-5 and you're gonna be very much killed. Let me know in the comments if you did it and how you feel about it. I think it's very great to spice up this machine a little bit. Okay, up to the last one, number 5. Number 5, the exercise that you cannot skip on your leg glute focus day. Bulgarian split squats. Yes, save the best for last. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to do this as well. Next to the walking lunges is one of my favorites. I'm gonna explain you how to do it, how I'm doing it, which means that we first going to step against the bench, because we're gonna have a bench here involved. We're gonna make a big step, and then from here, we're gonna make a big step, and then from here we're gonna lift our feet off the ground. Make sure, just do it like the walking lunges. We're not gonna be in one line, because then you need to balance a little bit, and you can see you can fall. So make sure if you're gonna be elevating your feet on the bench, you're gonna be in a good width with the feet. Yes? So from here, we're gonna stand. Make sure you're gonna have your feet straight forward and on the ground at any time. And then from here, we're gonna sink in the hips to the bench a little bit, and we're gonna have that knee above the ankle at all times. Just like we have with the walking lunges, we're gonna make sure that this one, that your knee is above the ankle at all times. So also, we're gonna move a little bit the upper body. So we're gonna have a big stretch here, because if we're gonna have it here, also your lower back is gonna kill you at some point, which we don't want, of course. So make sure you're gonna lean a little bit forward, keep your chest open, and then from here, you're gonna push the floor away from you. It's different than when you're gonna have yourself lifted up. It's something that you have in your brain or something. You have to move the floor away from you. So you push yourself up and make sure that you're having your center of mass a little bit shifted onto that leg. I think that's very good, because if you're here, your center of mass is a little bit here in the middle, of course, but we want to make sure we're going to have that tension on the glute. So we need to make sure we're going to move a little bit and get all that tension on that muscle when you're going to go and push yourself up like this. Boom. Put your hands in the side if you don't have any weight. From here, touch and go up. You're going to have a stretch on that other leg when you're gonna perform this exercise, which is normal, but we need to make sure you're gonna have that big mind-muscle connection with your glutes, because we want to emphasize those glute muscles. I will make a video about Bulgarian split squats to make it even more challenging, because I think there are way more things to do to get this even a better exercise than it already is. So make sure you're gonna have your Bulgarian split squat into your leg routine, because it's very, very good. Try to focus on one leg, then on the other, and make sure you're gonna get these glutes growing. Let's go. Okay, there you have it. 5 glute and hamstring exercises that you need to do on your leg day, because I think they are very, very good. Do you think I missed one? Let me know in the comments. Do you have another exercise that's really, really good for the hamstrings and the glutes? Just let me know so we can learn from each other. And then I will see you in the next one.